Hey friends, so this video is going to be, I don't know if it's going to be different because I don't really have specifics that I fully stick to over here, but I did want to capture some of the baby shower prep and all of that, so I figured that I would just take little bits here and there. I do get overwhelmed very easily when I'm doing stuff like this, and the closer it got, even though I was preparing ahead of time, but the closer it got, the more stressed out I got, so it is what it is. In the end, it turned out fantastic, and that is all that matters. But I did want to share some of the prep and all of that because as I was planning and whatnot, I did watch some other videos, and I just enjoy doing that. So I figured other people might enjoy watching. Plus, I want to be able to look back on it. These didn't even get to make it to the shower. I didn't get to finish cutting them out. But I think Kim's going to take them home and put them up in Violet's room because this is the theme for her bedroom, nursery, whatever, same thing. That is why we went with Winnie the Pooh. The original plan was going to be cow print, of course, with some purple thrown in because when the baby's going to be named Violet, you have to have purple. But when they switched the theme of her room to, like classic cartoons, we just focused on Winnie the Pooh for the baby shower though. But it's mostly Winnie the Pooh. And it was just easier to stick with one singular thing because of the way my brain works. I probably couldn't have handled trying to do more than one. But anyways, I don't even know what I was saying. We stuck with Winnie the Pooh for the baby shower theme. That way, anything that I had to buy for the baby shower, it seemed like less of a, not had to buy, you know what I'm trying to say. It seemed like less of a waste of money if it had a purpose after the baby shower. I'm all for getting to reuse things. So I figured we would just, whatever theme they was going for in the room, that's what we would do for the shower. So that's what we did. Is when she switched it to Winnie the Pooh, I asked her, I was like, okay, do you want to switch it or whatnot? And she was all for it because she, said that, like I did, that she could just use the decorations for her room. And she did take home, I think, almost everything. My mom and aunt wanted a couple of the little decorations that I made. And they took those, but then Kim took everything else for Violet's room, and I told her about the cutouts that there's some more stuff here that they have to come get. Well, she has some gifts here for my YouTube friends that you all sent, so thank you so much, as well as just some other things that I had upstairs that I had not yet given them, and I'm hoping to start giving them everything, give them everything that I have here, and so I can start getting my house put back together because it's been a hot mess since way before Christmas. But I just figured what little bit of clips I got, I would share with you all. This is me making a huge pin the tail on the Eeyore game, which after I made it, I was like, okay, this is dumb. Nobody's going to like this. But I wasn't even going to play it. Like I told Becky, my sister-in-law, that she was in charge of games because I get on YouTube and I talk and I'm on here. But in real life, I'm a super awkward person. I'm very weird about talking to people. And she doesn't care near as much as I do. So that was her job, was to, control the games. But I told her that we might not even make it to it because, like I said, I was a little embarrassed by it. I thought it was kind of stupid. I'm my worst critic. However, there was people requesting playing lists. Like I told her, I said, I don't know if we're going to play the Eeyore game. And then my niece, Erica, was the first one that I heard. She said, I want to play the donkey game or whatever she said, and I was like, well, we're playing it because Erica wants to play it. But there was other people that even requested, when are we going to play the whatever they called it, the pin the tail on the donkey game. And I was happy that people liked it. If I'd done it again, I would rather try to draw him because he did have some creases and people was, they was aiming for that. My older niece, one of them anyways, she's older than me, but she's still my niece. She just studied the board and figured it out, and when it was her turn to play, she got it right on because of those. But I was okay with it. This is the pulled pork the day before. I'm just going to be all over the place talking here, but that's just how this video was. I did want to share the bits and pieces that I got, but my headspace was just, I was very overwhelmed. I was already burnt out because of Christmas. I don't know why I decided to have a baby shower 2 or 3 weeks after Christmas, but I do know why. Kim was so excited, and I know that she wanted it as soon as possible, so I figured that would be a good time frame for everybody else. I wasn't even thinking about myself. I was like, okay, 2 weeks after, people will have time to recoup and, be able to buy a gift and want to come to the shower. I didn't think of the pressure I was putting on myself. Now, it's fine. It was worth every bit of it. And I was grateful for the stress. That's what I kept telling myself, and even was telling Lily, you know, that I'm so thankful that I got the opportunity to do this for them, because that means that they're bringing a sweet, healthy baby into this world, and that baby is also my grandbaby. So I was very happy to do it. As the closer it got, the more stressed I was, and the day before and the day of, I was super stressed. And then the day after, I kind of just like deflated, I guess would be the good term for it. But we're gonna rest and recuperate and get back to it. But I was running around like a crazy person the last few days beforehand. I had help, and I could have had more help, but it wouldn't have mattered if the whole world decided to help me. I still would have been just as stressed, because that's just the person I am. I had high expectations of how I wanted this to turn out for Kim and Jonathan, especially for Kim. Like I posted on my community post. And maybe it's different for you and your men, but around here, the men, they just don't care. They are fully and completely of the mindset of it is what it is. And, you know, I wish I was that way. But since the week that Kim found out that she's pregnant, we have been talking about a baby shower. And so I wanted it to be everything that she dreamed of and hoped of. And I'm the person, I will set expectations and what I want something to look like. And I will stress until it gets here. You know, is it going to be this way that I want it to be? Is it going to be that way? Did it turn out exactly 100% how I expected it to be? No, because I didn't take my cardboard cutouts. I planned on doing some more balloons and some more stuff, you know, behind the gift table. But people got there earlier than I was expecting. I was a little bit behind on schedule getting stuff done. I was running around like a crazy person. We had so much stuff that we had to take that it was 2 car loads. So it was a lot. But in the end, it worked out perfectly, and that is all that matters. Kim was absolutely glowing and so happy, and it turned out wonderfully, and that is all that matters. And it was worth every bit of stress and near tears that I was feeling on the day of the shower. But I did include what I could once the day of the shower came. And that morning, I think I recorded just a tiny bit. Yeah, you'll see I recorded some of the Red Velvet cake balls. Or did I do those the day before? No, I finished on on the day of the shower. The day after you're seeing this cheese ball being made. And then there's a few other things. But when it come time to do the cake, I was just over it. I was stressed. I was trying to hurry up and get done. I was in a time crunch. I barely got to get ready for the actual shower. I had plans of how I was going to dress up and be cute, and it did not work out. But Mama was happy. Mama looked beautiful. We don't care about how future Granny looked, I guess, but it was wonderful. Just, you know, if you've ever thrown a shower, and especially if you overthink and you're anxious like I am, you know how it is. But it worked out, so it's okay. I had some wonderful help. I didn't have the whole burden on my own shoulders, and that did help. But like I said, I could have had the help of the whole world. I could have been sitting back and doing absolutely nothing, and I still would have been worried about how it's going to turn out, because that's just the kind of person I am. But anyways, it worked out perfectly fine. We done a cheese ball, because I have to do a cheese ball for everything that I do. I even do these for my sister-in-law that she helps with the shower. If her kids have birthday parties, I will sometimes make this cheese ball, because people really like it, and especially people in her family really like it. Her sister is actually due with a baby, I think the exact same day as Kim, and her baby shower is at the beginning of March. Thankfully, we get a little bit of rest and break, and she already requested that I make one of these for her baby shower as well. So this is always a hit, and I made a big one. I wasn't thinking, and I added salt when I was adding in my mixture. I don't know why. I never add salt to it. And so instead of just 2 blocks of cream cheese, I had to use 2.5 to try to mellow down some of that salt. So it was huge. Most of it got 8. Not all of it. But most of it got 8. So it's fine. I always go in with, I would rather have too much food than not enough. Because the thought of somebody coming and not getting something that they want, I don't like that. That makes my heart hurt. So we always show up with a ton of food. Like my sister-in-law that made some things, which was delicious, by the way. She said, you didn't even need my help. And I said, yeah, I did. Because if she hadn't been bringing what she was bringing, in my mind, I still would have had to done more. That's just the kind of person I am. So she definitely, I needed her food. Plus, I really wanted it because it was some of my favorites. So there's that. I actually just finished off my last cookie that my niece made for the birthday party this morning for my breakfast with my coffee. So, but I was thankful for any help that I got. Like I said, you know, people would have helped in case you're watching this and you're offended in some way, because sometimes that happens with people. You know, I'm not saying that nobody would help me. I had a very thankful for the people that I know I could ask for help, but the ones that I did ask for help and they helped. And then even some, like my nieces, they just jumped right in, and Lily and Wendy, they just jumped right in at the setup and went to work. And I was so thankful for that as well, because it is a lot. And even with the time that we had to decorate, if it wouldn't have been for those girls, we would have been even more crunched. And my daddy done some of the food prep as well. But you know, we're thankful for help. I don't want anybody to, you know, get hurt or anything. If you're watching this and I don't mention you, we're appreciative. And I had many people come up and ask if I needed them to do anything, but it turned out well. Okay, that's all I'm trying to say. It turned out good.
I was never the one to write up a song for just anyone. I was always the one to find myself lost in all conversations. Cause I've always been told that things will unfold if you keep on waiting. But then you came along and proved me all wrong. I was so mistaken. Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby. I was never the one to give up the ghost. No, I was so stuck. I kept on playing my part, wanting to give up cause nothing was changing. But with you it's so clear, and now that you're here I see colors in every spectrum. Guess I finally learned my lesson. Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby. Myself, and I'm thinking out loud, we won't need nothing else for the rest of our time. And I know it so well, I will always be by your side. Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby. Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby.
And then I had some pretzels left over. Those are really big rods, but I just cut them in half and kind of smoothed down the ends. And then I dipped them in some orange chocolate and just put some straps across it and made some tiger tails. I thought that they sounded good. They tasted good. I mean, it's just a chocolate covered pretzel, but I like little details. That's just part of who I am. So I made these to go as well, but it's just mostly little quick fun things. And I have learned over the years that little finger foods and whatnot, they go so much better than, like, say, a cake. Like, the cake didn't even get cut until the end. Granted, I do think that's partially my fault because people don't, I guess they don't know if they're allowed to cut into it or whatever. But the cake was left standing until the end, and Wendy wanted a piece, so I went to get her a piece, and then my niece come over and wanted a piece for her and a couple of her kids. So, and the party was pretty much over. People had already started leaving, and they was, getting them stuff to take home. And so I ended up giving her like half of the cake. It is what it is, but typically like cupcakes is what we prefer. However, like I said, I needed a cake because I wanted a cute little centerpiece, I guess. I bought the cake and cupcake toppers. They come together in a kit for like $10, I think, off of Amazon. I will try to link stuff down below. No promises. It's just on Amazon. But super simple. I have not perfected cake mix like at all. I attempted a vanilla cake mix recipe earlier this week and it was good, but the consistency just wasn't it for me. So I just stuck with box cake mix. And then for chocolate icing, we also do just canned icing from Walmart because it's one of those things that we just prefer the pre-made stuff. Plus it's easier for me. I did make the vanilla cake icing though. Just normal buttercream. But we're just getting it all done. This is the final day, so this is the morning of the shower anyways. So there's definitely just little bits and pieces here and there. I wish I would have got a picture of these. I don't think I did. But it's just little Rice Krispies that I cut in half and then dipped in yellow chocolate, melts, whatever, and then put some white on top and then put a little bumblebee on it. And they was so cute. Like a lot of people kept complimenting these, and by a lot I mean two. But they was cute and super simple. I just wish I would have got a standalone picture of them. Pretty sure I didn't. Well, it is what it is. I don't even think I show the final product, but you might be able to see them at the end when I show the food table. But I just really enjoy little simple things that, kind of pull the theme together. That's how my mind works. That's what I like. Simple and matchy that's just exactly what I like. And then I done the red velvet cake balls, which I only done these because it's one of Kim's. Like, Kim really likes red velvet cake, and she also really likes cake balls. So I made these specifically for her. She didn't ask for them, but, I still made them for her. And since it was red velvet, I coated them in red. And then, of course, I was thinking of Winnie the Pooh. So I went ahead and put some of the yellow on top just as the final drizzle. And I think they come out cute. They could have used a little bit of something extra, but they was good enough. They was good enough, Tony. And this is the evening at the shower. This is the prize table. And here is the food. I was talking to, I think, my sister-in-law and Wendy at the time. So I was trying to just, get it. You see there's my little Rice Krispie treats there. So cute, but you can barely see them. We had plenty of food and it was just delicious. And like I said, the more the better when it comes to making sure everybody has treats. But in the end, the shower came together beautifully. I was super happy with how it turned out. And more importantly, Kim was very happy during the shower. And Jonathan seemed happy as well. So, it was all worth it. And I'm happy with how it turned out. It was worth all of the stress and anxiety. Those little honey bears I got from Temu. And then I filled them up with honey. And then made my little personal stickers using my Cricut and the Canva app. So we kind of forced him to go up there and sit with her because she wasn't going to make him, but I knew she'd be more comfortable with him up there and she shouldn't have to do all the hard stuff alone. So I got him to go up there and sit with her, and we're going to share some of the gifts I did cut off at the end before we got to the rest of the big stuff, and I wish I would have shared that. They only had a few big things that they needed, I guess. Like they didn't have a car seat yet just because they knew that it was, it was coming, that somebody's buying it for them. They wasn't too worried about a swing. We've got one here at the house for her, but they wasn't worried about having one at their own house for her necessarily. But when my sister-in-law asked me what they needed, I told her, what they didn't have. And I only told her two things because there's two things they didn't have, a high chair and a swing. And she jumped on both of them and got both of those for them. And then I got them a convertible mini crib and a changing table that is also doubles as a dresser because I thought that just made more sense. It also later converts to I think it said a toy organizer. I don't know. But probably the most important gift I got them is what they're opening here right now. It is the little owlet sock that monitors the baby's heart and breathing while it's sleeping. They didn't have those when my kids was little. I would have definitely had one. but I just included some of the gifts. I tried not to include many people from the shower. That is why I didn't record, a lot of the shower, because I didn't want to get people that I didn't think would want to be on here. And I'm pretty positive that like 90% of the people know about it, but I didn't want to go around and be like, hey, you want to be in my videos? So we're all playing Oblivious. There is some that you'll see, but the ones that I know that definitely did not want to or would not want to be on here, I made sure that they was not. You just get little pieces of people here and there, and it's people that I think wouldn't mind being recorded or being shown in the videos. Those that I know wouldn't want to, you won't see them. No, I don't think so. They made it for her. And anything Adidas they seen they had to buy, because Jonathan, that's about all he would wear. Adidas stuff. Yeah. Alright, and for games, my girls said they wasn't going to play anything, but when we got there, they really had a good time with it. I didn't get much footage of the games because, like I said, I didn't want to include people that, wouldn't want to be on the videos or whatever. So I just shared a little bit of my girlies playing them with two of them. But yeah, they're still talking about the games, even though they didn't want to play them. They decided to with my nieces. And now Lily is already planning a 16th birthday party that we didn't know we was going to have. It will definitely be more simple and less complicated than the baby shower. Maybe. Probably. There's a chance of it anyways. And she's wanting to play games at it. But I'm also going to include some pictures here really quickly because I didn't get to fully record. Like I said, the day was stressful, but it was a good day. So this is just a little bit of stuff that you might not have seen. It turned out, mostly how I planned it to be, or it was in my head, so that's all that matters. We had a good time, and more importantly, they had a good time, so I'm just thankful it turned out so great, and this is the gals that helped me pull it all together. But we'll see you all next time. As always, remember to show grace, be content, and live blessed. Bye, friends.